And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparation. So the Nets starting five. They've got Kyrie Irving. Durant is out there with Griffin. Then there's Harris. And it's Brown in at point guard. And for the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Ibaka. Then there's Jackson. Then it's Paul George. And it's Morris in at the 3 slot. Now here's Jackson. Pass to Ibaka. Shot clock at 6. Launches it. The shot by George, no good. And here are the Nets. Brown with the bounce pass. Griffin kicks to Durant. Drills it from outside. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. And Brooklyn has possession. The Clippers getting the bucket. Irving against George. KD's shot is off.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Now here's Brown. Leonard with the steal. Jackson finds George. From downtown, the Clippers keep it alive. Passes it to Leonard. Clock at 6. The baseline J off the mark. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Irving passes to Griffin. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Durant outside for Griffin. In the corner, Irving with it.
This guy is a perennial all-defensive team member. The wingspan, a problem for offensive players.
And Doris, last season for Kyrie Irving, really one of waiting. No Durant on the year to play off of. And then Kyrie's season with the Nets was cut short due to injury.
Well, second surgery for Irving in the last 3 years. You obviously hope he and KD can stay healthy and try to revitalize this Nets organization. Irving is so excited about being on the court. The NBA misses him when he's not playing. Let's hope he stays healthy.
Los Angeles has gone 0 of 3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. And there's the foul. It'll go on Bruce Brown. That is his first foul of the game. First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. Jackson looking around. The pass to George. Lets the 3 fly.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
KD on the wing. Pass to Brown. Oh, Griffin in position, so they take the lead.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. Jackson dishes to George. KD against Leonard. Shoots over KD. And Leonard gets it to go. Leonard's got his second basket.
Well, efficiency from the mid-range has always been a part of Kawhi Leonard's game.
And that one's good, Irving.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
George with no one around. No good from outside.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Irving can't get it to go.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Incredible wingspan, unbelievable hands. The alley-oop is easy.
32 seconds left to play here in the first. Outside Irving. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Irving's got 6.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
George from deep three-point land, from beyond the arc, and then some.
With that now, only 2 of 7 to start the game. Not the start he was hoping for.
Irving with it. He kicks it to Griffin. From deep three-point range.
Well, that's the wingspan of Paul George. He is so good at bothering shooters with that.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Clippers lead by 2. And backing them up.
I think we get a lot of teams' best shot.
And Greg, it's one of the great challenges of being one of the teams to beat.
But that's the difference with a superstar like Durant. He can give you elite play from start to finish. Lesser guys can do that only in spurts.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Well, they use the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
Setting the floor for the Nets. Irving is out there with Brown, and it's Durant. Then there's Griffin, and it's Harris in at the small forward. And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
Harden surveying the D for the 3. Here's Luau. Kennard covering. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
First free throw is good. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. You played with the great one in Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think 2 guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the 2 guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
3 young, dynamic centers. Those are good names. Los Angeles shooting their first free throw this game. Harden up top. Kennard covering. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Well, we've seen that a time or two for Mr. DeAndre Jordan. Nice, easy finish with that dunk.
And Beverly kicks to Zubac. Pass to Kennard. There's the 3. That one, no good. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Green passes to Dinwiddie. Back to Green to the wing on the left. The Nets working the ball around now. The dish to Dinwiddie. He feeds it to Jordan. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Boy, he did everything right till he got to the rim. He needs to finish that.
To the paint. It's picked off. And now it's Green running. He can go all the way. And they pick up 2. Green's got the game tied up here for the Nets.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why he creates so many opportunities for others.
Zubac, the pass to Kennard. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Kennard's got 8.
Well, a tough first quarter for this guy. You like to see the shot go in. Nicely done.
Passes it to Luau. Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. Back to Harden. 5 to shoot. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
Nets trail by 4. Harden finds Jordan. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Now the pass to Llewellyn. Now here is Harden. Kennard covering. The second chance effort. Pass to Llewellyn. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Beverly dishes to Cousins. Beverly, the pass to Zubac. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Well, I'll tell you this, if the defense collapses, if it makes a mistake momentarily, Beverly has the kind of basketball IQ to take advantage.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
Now Beverly still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Kennard's shot is off.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Dinwiddie finds Jordan. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Batum wide open. He fired. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And we'll be back with you shortly.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to eat. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The defense told they got themselves in. And that...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for Brooklyn, trailing by 4. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Taking a look at Los Angeles. We've got Reggie Jackson. Baca is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Morris in at the small forward position.
Well, don't let Kevin Durant get comfortable from the mid-range, because that is money in the bank.
And with Kevin Durant recovering from the Achilles injury, glad we get to see one of the all-time greats back in action.
No doubt, Greg. And KD.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
The Clippers in the lead. Here's Jackson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Leonard inside. Guarded by KD. Ibaka. This is to George. Rebound, Brooklyn.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Durant down low. Leonard's there. Outside Irving. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Over Leonard. KD's shot is off.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
The three from George. Hits it from three-point range. George has got 8 points.
The speed in transition. Paul George is dynamic in space.
Durant deciding where to go with it. Outside Griffin. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Well, the multi-time scoring champion Kevin Durant is showing you he has got as complete a game as there is in the NBA. What a pretty pass.
Jackson against Durant. To the middle. Leonard kicks to Ibaka. In the corner, it's Morris. And another three for the Clippers.
Three-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
KD on the wing. He's covered by Leonard. And KD throws it down.
Well, you want to try to stay between Kevin Durant and the basket because he will throw it down if he gets near the cup.
Outside, George. Harris against Morris. Pass to Leonard. Clippers moving the ball around. Here's Jackson. The shot, no good. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. And finished off by KD.
Absolutely no mercy right now from Kevin Durant in transition. Those long strides, that's an easy bucket.
Irving against George. Ibaka right side. Griffin with the steal. Here's Harris. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And here's Beverly. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Passes to Cousins. Now here's Kennard. Back to Cousins. Lays it up off the glass.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Harden against Beverly. And the rejection by Zubac. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. And the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That is his first foul of the game. Brooklyn trailing. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Beverly against Harden. 17 seconds left in the third. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac. Harden outside. 6 on the shot clock. And Harden with the stuff.
And you talk about the best ball handlers in the league. Don't forget about James Harden.
Dinwiddie with the steal. Up in time. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And we wrap up the third and looking to be an and a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. They've got Green, also DeAndre Jordan out there. Harden out there with Luwawu, and it's Dinwiddie in at the point guard position. Harden's shot is good.
There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
No doubt, keeping it very close. They're going to have to step up even more to get over the hump here.
Beverly, the pass to Kennard. Six to shoot. Stolen by Harden. In transition, here come the Nets. Green breaking loose. Luwawu's shot is off. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
How about the power that Boogie Cousins brings to the table? Tough matchup for any defender.
First one falls for him. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Zubats. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. George is checked in for Luke Kennard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And a new group in for the Nets. Griffin's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Kevin Durant comes in for Jeff Green. Joe Harris is checked in for Luwawu Cabarro. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for James Harden. Irving with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Irving double team. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And here is Los Angeles now. The Clippers shooting at 50% in a decent groove. And the pass to Jackson. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter.
And with a quick first step, Jackson remains a threat to drive on any defender.
Pass to Durant. And the rejection by Cousins. The Clippers in the lead. And George, here we go. And Ibaka slams it in.
There's a real knack for understanding when a guy is uncovered. And Paul George's court awareness on display right there. Beautiful.
Timeout called, the Nets.
And momentum going the other way. Can they find some answers?
I think here you have just got to get back to what you do best and then live with the results.
Kawhi Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Patrick Beverly comes in for Reggie Jackson. James Harden, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. He said, this is where we make our move. This game's going to come down to big plays. Whichever team makes them is going to come out of here with the win. Kevin, we know what side he's on.
Thank you, David. Beverly, the pass to Leonard. Out to Ibaka. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Leonard. Shoots over Griffin. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Kawhi Leonard from the restricted area. Turn the lights out.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Durant down low. He's covered by Leonard. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Kawhi Leonard. That free throw good from Durant.
Well, you're playing right into Kevin Durant's hands when you put him at the free throw line. This guy has always been terrific at the charity stripe.
Yeah, being down 2 points instead of 1 thanks to the free throw miss makes getting a stop here absolutely critical.
At the line for your Clippers, Paul George. 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
Well, to me, Paul George exemplifies what a leader should be. This guy does not look for his personal stats. He just wants to make the guys around him better. Well, consistency is so critical, especially in clutch moments. This guy has got that gene.
3 on 3. The feed now to Leonard. Now, here is George. Three-pointer. And it's Griffin with the rebound. Nets trail by 4. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it. The fast break chance. Deft touch on the alley-oop.
Big moments. This is who Kevin Durant is. He delivers when the game is in the balance.
Everly with the ball. And it's Harden picking him up. A clear look for George. And count it from 19 feet away. George has got 4 this quarter.
That's one of those clutch shots he's known for. When the pressure is high, he seems to be the most locked in.
Oh, Griffin in position. A shot off that time.
And he saw the play develop, but the pass just wasn't there.
It was a really good thought for sure, but the lob has got to be better than that.
And the foul on Harden. That'll be his second foul of the game. For the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. And it's Batum in for Marcus Morris. George looking around. Good on the three-point shot. George has got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Irving against George. Griffin's shot is off. Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal it.
No question. That would be all she wrote.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Pass to Zubac. And here's Batum. Jacks up a 3. And it's Durant with the rebound. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. And on the way from Irving for 3. So the Clippers with the win. It was up for grabs, right? All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Powell is out there with Damian Lillard. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. Then it's Robert Covington. And it's Jones in at the 3. And for the Clippers, we've got Kawhi Leonard, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Batum in at the power forward position. Here's Beverley. And there's the pass to Ibaka. Back to Beverley. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight, Greg. Did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Leonard kicks to Batum. Pass to Beverley. Leonard against Powell. Ibaka wide open. He fires. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
What awareness there from Kawhi, waiting for his teammate to break free and then finds him.
Outside, Jones. Lillard outside. From outside the arc. Good on the triple.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Pass to Beverley, inside. Leonard with the bucket.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverley trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
Lillard, the pass to Jones. Fires the three. And there's Lillard. That's good on the assist from Jones.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Passes it to Beverly to the wing right side. And stolen by Lillard. Jones dishes to Powell. Lillard outside. Back to Powell. Over George. And the shot falls short this time.
Well, maybe not the best shot against that kind of defense, but he still has the ability to knock that kind of shot down.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. It's good from long range.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
George with no one around. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Well, that three-pointer's got to fire up George and the entire team.
And the versatility of Paul George's game. Elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
And you think about Paul.
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Leonard, the pass to Ibaka. No good that time. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Over in the corner, Lillard kicks it to Powell. Back to Lillard. Shot clock at 5. Down low. It's stolen by Ibaka. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. George with the ball. And Leonard gets it to go.
Yeah, I didn't think there was a pass available there for Paul George, but he spots that small crease, he fires the ball through it, and he gets it to his open man.
Covington, the bounce pass. From past the arc. Rebound by the Clippers. Here's Beverly. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And Ibaka kicks to George. Beverly deciding where to go with it. Left side, Ibaka. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Portland's gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. Lillard outside. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. From deep. Trailblazers keep it alive. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
Such a big body down there. Nurkic battling.
And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That's his first foul. 6 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Jackson passes to Cousins. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
And you want more of this from Jackson.
What a shot! Oh, yeah, amazing!
That would count.
Unreal.
And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. Trailblazers lead by 3. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in.
I know that when the main guy
He's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Just stretching out the floor at first. They had the defense scrambling.
Pretty prime example here of how to space the floor and do it correctly. When you do it, it's the kind of thing that happens.
We've got Luke Kennard, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Reggie Jackson, and it's Zubats in at center. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Simons, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Just 5 to shoot. Lobs it up for Cantor, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
And we'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
Back to McCollum. Here's the three. Drains the three-pointer. McCollum's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
As CJ's saying, not so fast. I'm not letting you get away from us tonight. There's the return payback 3.
There's the pass to Kennard. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 3 assists now in this one. Simons, the pass to McCollum. Here's Cantor. Back to McCollum, takes a 3. Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Hollis Jefferson's got it all tied up now for the Trailblazers.
Great at using his body and finding his feet in positions on the boards where he can get up, get to it, get an extra possession.
Jackson with it. No points in the game yet for him. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Theus, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and an up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mentions. Now here's Jackson. He's tightly guarded. Here's Cousins, and then Cousins with the dunk.
That's power from DeMarcus Cousins.
And Simons has got the ball here for Portland. They trail by 1. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. McCollum against Jackson. Shot clock at 6. Hollis Jefferson kicks to Anthony. Shoots the 3. Goes back up. The shot's good from Cantor.
One of the game's very best offensive rebounders. Cantor also has the wherewithal to quickly convert for the score.
Pass to Zubats. Back to Jackson. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Kennard against McCollum. Kennard, the pass to Cousins. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yeah, Cousins is just simply not an easy cover for anybody, especially when he uses that shot fake. Highly effective there.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Portland's gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. Kennard against Powell. And now the Clippers on the break. Finished off the break. Kennard's got the lead up to 3 now for the Clippers.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
And the 3 ball is good.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Jackson against Lillard. Jackson passes to Kennard. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside. I'm shocked he missed that wide open look. He has to feel embarrassed he blew that one.
And the wide open shot from Morris. No good on the three. Trailblazers have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Nobody near Lillard. That three off the mark. Here we go, one-on-one. Kennard for three. That shot off the mark. A chance now to send it over to David Aldridge. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The deepest hole they got themselves in. And
we've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Portland's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all.
And one thing that I don't think Dame Lillard gets enough recognition for, he's an absolutely fantastic leader for this team. The exact kind of captain you would want.
Dame Lillard doesn't do anything with regards to making excuses for some of the reasons why the team may come up short. All he's concerned with is how can we get better. That's the kind of leader you can get behind.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. Jones is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the 5.
This is what Paul George gives you offensively, a guy who can create for himself, obviously, but he can do it for others and do it at a high level.
Lillard looking around. Stolen by Beverly. Leonard inside, working on Jones, and an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two. Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Beverly against Lillard. Feeds it to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Over Ibaka. And it's Lillard missing.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Portland again missing.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
And here's George for three. Sinks the triple. George has got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for Los Angeles. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Ugly start to the second half. They've missed their first 4. They've got to get on track.
Beverly with the ball. Lillard picks him up. And here's Leonard from 3. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nurkic. Beverly against Lillard. Beverly, the pass to Ibaka. Lock at 6. He kicks to Leonard. Portland grabs the miss. Nurkic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Powell, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Powell's got 5 now.
Nurkic getting more and more comfortable at finding the open men on this team.
George against Powell. Powell against George. Count it. 11 points in the game.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And the dunk by Powell.
Lillard becoming better at staying patient, knowing that at any point in a possession, he can take advantage of somebody. That time he found the open man.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Robert Covington. Anthony's checked in for Jones. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Pass to Simons. Takes the three and stolen by Cousins. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Here's Morris. The feed to Cousins. Stolen by Cantor. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. McCollum's checked in. Los Angeles leading by 5. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Jackson, and that one, good.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
And a wide open look for McCollum. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one. D has been just completely helpless and turned around. He's so dangerous when he's in this kind of rhythm.
The three from McCollum gets the three-pointer to fall. McCollum's got 6.
Finding some space out there on the perimeter was McCollum, and he finds ways to knock it down.
Stolen by McCollum, pushing it up. Here's Simon. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
And that's how you do it, guys. Ball pressure and then get some runouts.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
And McCollum has done a lot to improve his impact on the defensive end. Very active with his hands and how he challenges shots.
Well, the blocks numbers last year jumped up a bit. That's kind of a nice indicator of what you're talking about, GA. And he just doesn't get tired. And if he can give some more on the defensive end.
And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it.
And so it's Los Angeles with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. Back right after this. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed. And you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, sometimes that's what can separate some of the best players, not just creating for yourself, but creating for others as well.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Ivica Zubac is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Kennard in at the 2 guard. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Simons, the pass to McCollum. Cantor with it. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Anthony. Cousins pulls it in. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Now here's Jackson, guarded closely. Kennard for 3. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent, but 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those two guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Yeah, go figure is right. The drive by Jackson. Cousins, the pass to Zubac. Another one falls for the Clippers.
Cousins just sensing there was going to be an opening and then found his man.
To the inside. And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
Yeah, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Clippers leading by 11. And here's George. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Ibaka in the post. Guarded by Powell. Can't connect from short range.
There's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
And that's an intentional foul. Here's Powell. High post, Nurkic. And he lays it straight in. Nurkic has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Trailblazers. George finds Leonard. Back to George. Fires the three. Bangs home the trifecta. George has got 11 in the second half.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
Batum with the steal. And stolen by Lillard. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast. What a jam!
Fans loving that right there.
What a jam!
Nice. Good hands by Lillard. You cannot get lazy or he'll pick your pocket and go the other way.
Beverly against Lillard. Now here's Beverly. Not a lot of room. Shot clock at 6. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Shot's good by Ibaka.
All that practice on the positioning and timing of the catch and shoot paying huge dividends for Ibaka.
Lillard way outside. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now it's a shootout.
George passes to Leonard. The three. Outside for George. From deep three-point range. He can't get that one to fall. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Covington into the lane. Foul for 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for Los Angeles.
If they had to battle for this win, there were times when it looked like it was maybe slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
And that's a product of their mental toughness. Anytime the flow of the game turned against them, instead of caving, they just dialed it up a notch and were able to pull away.
And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Here's George. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Lets it go from deep. They grab their own miss. A 3 from Leonard. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on, and that can always help. That home advantage of home fan.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the small forward. And for the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Morris in at the 3. Bounce pass from Beverley. Here's Leonard. Back to Beverley. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. From deep, George. Rebound, Milwaukee.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Middleton can't get it to go. Leonard against Antetokounmpo. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. DiVincenzo passes to Lopez. Kicks it down to Middleton. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Well, great fans and players alike are excited for tonight. This is just not another game on the schedule.
Clash of the Titans in this one. This will be a great test for both teams.
Now, here's George. Leonard with no one around. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Middleton looking it over. Pass to Holiday. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Leonard against Giannis. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Holiday. There's the triple. Another miss by Middleton. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Morris dishes to Beverley. Morris kicks to Batum. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And here is Los Angeles now. Pass to George. On the wing, Morris. Over Middleton. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And he's frustrated. That's a shot he can make in his sleep.
DiVincenzo passes to Lopez. Everly with the ball. And Holiday picks him up defensively. And here's George for three. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Always a threat to get to the rim. This time, Paul George pulls up and buries it.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Now here's Middleton. Back to DiVincenzo. Fires for three. Middleton can't get it to go.
Off the mark once again. Terrible quarter for him thus far.
And Smitty, you know what Pat Beverly is going to bring every night. A fearless, ferocious, at times almost sociopathic level of intensity. And this guy just does not take a possession off.
You know, he's one of those guys I would have to question even playing with him. He plays so hard. I know I hate playing against him.
He had a nice open look right there.
And we've seen Giannis elevate his scoring ability over time. Great bucket there.
George finds Leonard. The three. It doesn't go for him. The Bucks go the other way with it. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Trying to get open is Lopez. Shot's good by Middleton.
And with great positional size, Middleton knows how to do damage down low.
The pass to Beverly. Back to George. 1:21 left in the first quarter. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now here is Holiday. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. 5 on the clock. DiVincenzo passes to Antetokounmpo. Over Leonard. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. A different look for Milwaukee. Outside Jackson. Pass to Ibaka. Back to Jackson. Ibaka outside. He kicks to Jackson. Kennard for three. It's rebounded by Portis. For Milwaukee, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. No good from Connaughton. The Clippers in the lead. Jackson has the open look. And the Clippers miss again. 19 seconds left in the first. Batum passes to Kennard. Ball stolen. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Connaughton kicks to Teague. Hits the three-point bomb.
If you give Teague enough room out there beyond the arc, he won't hesitate to make you pay.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Bucks ahead. This is what Giannis Antetokounmpo recently told us.
For me personally, I just want.
And for Giannis, Greg, the consistency from range has been a focal point.
The more accurate he is from outside, the wider the driving lanes become, making him nearly impossible to stop.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So for the Clippers right now, we've got Reggie Jackson. Bucket is out there with Batum. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the 3 slot.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
Portis, the pass to Noro. Off target with his 3. The Clippers trail.
Promising start for Luke Kennard. End up missing extended minutes with injuries. Hopefully, he can stay healthy this go-around.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Really a good season for him overall last year when you look at the number, 83% from the line.
And with Reggie Jackson, it's a testament to his natural talent that he often leaves us wanting a little bit more.
Now here's Teague, and Portis throws it down.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down.
And Kennard's moving into the starting lineup for the first time last season.
And to add to that, he had a larger role offensively. And at the same time, his efficiency increased. That's a good sign.
Here's Portis. Teague at the elbow. Here's Connaughton. Teague feeling it out a bit. Stolen by Jackson. It's stolen by Teague. Here's Tucker. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Outside Jackson. Pass to Kennard. Launches a three. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got 4 rebounds in this game. Mora, the pass to Connaughton. Outside Teague. It's tipped. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Nice find by Luke. Shows good vision in both half court and in transition.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Teague kicks to Portis. The rebound by Ibaka.
Missed opportunity, wide open from mid-range. He would love to get that one back.
Batum passes to Mann. Fires from deep. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. Greg, you showed toughness and grit when you played. You've got to succeed in this league with those things at the forefront, right? Being tough, being gritty. And there are several players whose style you admire that play like that.
I mean, no doubt about it. You have the superstars, the Kawhis, the LeBrons, who continue to do it. They can intimidate you physically, but they also provide tremendous skill set. But 2 other guys, Russell Westbrook, Jimmy Butler, they're also guys that exemplify that toughness. 2 guys, when you look at those 2, a lot of people didn't project them to be what they've become. And it's impressive to watch them take the floor night in and night out.
Now here's Jackson, just 2 to shoot.
Beasting on defense. First he closes out hard on the shooter, then he attacks the glass. Filthy.
Milwaukee, no good that time either.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Back to Batum. This one for 3. Drops in the tray. Batum's got his first 3 points of the game. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Inside, Jackson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And now it's a 3-point Los Angeles lead.
The defense having to respect Jackson's outside game. That opened up things for him in the inside.
Teague with the ball. And Connaughton has it in the corner. And Tucker kicks to Connaughton. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Nice shot by Portis.
Coming off a scoreless first quarter, he's found a little rhythm here.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. Kennard for 3. No good that time.
That's terrific play on the ball by Serge.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basket. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They didn't get more than a 1.
second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Bobby Portis with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
And on the floor for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Lopez in at the center. And too long on the shot. And so Beverly will bring it up for the Clippers. It's a one-point game. Outside, George. Three-pointer. Beverly, the pass to Leonard. And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That's his first foul. Beverly against Holiday. Leonard on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Beverly. Pass to Leonard. Puts one up from 19. And he gets it to go. Leonard's got the lead up to 3 now for Los Angeles. So it's the Bucks now. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Zubats against Middleton. And here is DiVincenzo. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Can't connect from 13 feet out. Clippers leading by 3.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Holiday dishes to Middleton.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
And again, the Bucks miss. And the wide open shot from Morris. From outside, off the mark. Antetokounmpo with the ball. Leonard picks him up. Here's Holiday. It's hauled in by the Clippers. George has got his 4th rebound in this one.
They just don't have it right now. 0 for 4. Must have been one poor speech at halftime.
And here's Morris for 3. Drills the three-pointer. Morris has got 6.
And the one thing about Morris, he doesn't scare you from beyond the arc, but you still have to account for him.
Outside Holiday, and he's good on the 3-ball.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Hey, players love competition, and the fans love it as well.
The pass to George. Lets it go with a 3. It's good on the putback.
And all second half, they haven't gotten stops with any consistency.
Bucks trail by 6. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. There's the lob to the hoop. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That is his first foul of the game. Now Jackson. Passes it to Kennard. The tray. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 3 assists now in this one. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Holiday, no one around him. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Jackson passes to Man. Right side, Batum. Right wing. From the arc. DiVincenzo with the rebound. Bucks trail by 9. And it's Middleton penetrating. Kicks it to Lopez. Shoots over Batum. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
Just taking what the defense allows. I mean, nice recognition there by Lopez. This guy has seen it all.
Here's Jackson. Makes it off the glass. Jackson's got 6.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Now here is Holiday. Here's Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Watch out. Antetokounmpo might be soft-spoken, but he's got a mean streak when it comes to attacking the hoop.
Here's Jackson. He's got 6. Pass to Kennard. From deep. A rebound by Brook Lopez.
Well, so far, his cold night from the field has not affected their ability to maintain this lead.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Another shot. Lopez with the block. And we've reached the end of the third. Clippers lead by 5. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. We've got DeMarcus Cousins, Reggie Jackson out there with Luke Kennard. Then it's Ibaka, and it's man in at the 3 spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile 1 block we just saw on replay.
And he's all over that shot, has it read the whole way and gets the position he needs to make a play.
Clippers leading by 5 for the finish. Flushes it down to finish the break.
One of the best passes at the center position. Just another way Cousins affects scoring.
Now here's Teague. Pass to Nora. 5 to shoot. Over Ibaka. Here's Portis. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Now here's Jackson. And the pass to Kennard. It's up a 3. Here's Ibaka, fouled in the active shoot. And here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video reviews showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Clippers leading by 7. Here's Jackson. Passes it to Kennard. Beyond the arc. Giannis grabs the miss.
So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team.
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, You got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. He's encouraged where they are at this point in the game, but he told his guys things can turn in a blink. What we need to do is execute the rest of the way. So we'll see if they can finish this one off, Kevin.
And this is Middleton's game. He's thinking of shooting it even before the pass hits his hands.
Beverly dishes to Leonard. Back to Beverly. And a miss there on the triple. Bucks trail by 4. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And the Clippers making a change here. Zubac is checked in. Middleton for 3 with the putback.
And if they've been saving a sure thing play, now is the time for it.
A 3 from Leonard. The rebound by the Bucks. And now here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. A 3 from Morris. That falls. Nice speed that time from George.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Holiday looking for an opening. For 3, Middleton. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 5 rebounds tonight. George against DiVincenzo. George passes to Leonard. DiVincenzo against George. For 3. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Clippers.
Their superior ball handling won it for them.
And fewer turnovers equals greater scoring opportunities. Any coach will tell you that. If you take care of the ball every possession, and this is a perfect example of what happens when you do.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Paul George.
I thought he did a good job of filling out the defense early on. Then once he found his groove, he stayed aggressive throughout.
Leonard kicks to Beverly. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Leonard trying to break free. Buries it from 3-point range. George has got the lead back up to 10 now for the Clippers. A 3 ball. The shot by Holiday, no good. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Pass to DiVincenzo. Lets the 3 fly. Antetokounmpo, no good. So the Clippers winning this one easily. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps. We've got Marcus Morris. Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Ibaka in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Brooklyn, Harris is out there with Durant. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then it's Harden. And it's Claxton in at the 5. Morris finds Leonard. Outside, George. Back to Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by George. Some veterans on these teams, Clark. What are you looking for and how that will impact the game?
Well, I think both of these teams have a really solid roster. And I love the blend of experience and youth. When you have NBA experience on the floor, there's just a level of play that you see at the defensive end that makes it enjoyable for me. So I think that's what we'll see tonight. Experienced pros getting after it.
Pass to Leonard. Back to George. It's deflected. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Irving with it. George picks him up. Nets passing it around. Irving up top. Defended by George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Irving passes to Claxton.
Irving showing you he's a frame ahead of his opponent with that nice imagination on offense.
George with the ball. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. And Serge Ibaka, the bucket on the assist by George.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open man. Excellent floor awareness.
To the middle. Claxton the pass to Irving. No one near him. Claxton tips it back in. Claxton's got 6.
Boy, fighting to keep that play alive. Beautiful tip in there.
George passes to Beverly. Back to George. Out to the right wing. Now here's Durant.
And as expected, Kevin Durant sitting out all of last season, recovering from the Achilles injury. Glad to see him back on the floor.
I agree with you, and it was absolutely a no-brainer for Kevin to sit out the season. That type of injury, you give it all the time you need, and the Nets knew that. They knew when the deal was done that he was going to most likely miss the season. And yet, they did the right thing, and when you have a guy like KD, you want to make sure you're not rushing him back. You want him fully ready when it's time for him to go.
And Ibaka kicks to Morris. Some solid defense from Harris.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Outside Irving. Leonard with the steal. And here we go. Beverly heading to the hoop. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
KD's defense has really taken a huge step forward. I mean, excellent at blocking shots now, and he's a better help defender. Man, he's putting that reach to good use on the defensive end.
Here's Claxton. That shot no good. So the Clippers will take it the other way. From deep, George. But they'll get another chance. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Harris. The Nets with the lead. Outside, KD. Leonard with the steal. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And Leonard enjoys jamming it home. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
Durant deciding where to go with it. There's 49 seconds left in the first quarter. And Harris wide open. He shoots. And again, no good by Brooklyn. From deep, George. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make. He is 1 for 4.
And, you know, that's one of George's go-to shots. He's a three-point shooter who spaces the floor well.
Down low. Tipped away. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play. Then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. The Clippers on top, up by 3. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Clippers.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught them off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
Jordan is out there with Green. Then there's Brown. And it's Luwawu in at the small forward. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
Not an easy basket for Jackson. He doesn't shoot a really high percentage, but he does make a lot of tough hoops.
Brown right side. Here's Jordan. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Kennard's got the lead up to 6 now for the Clippers. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Doesn't go that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Kennard for 3. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Here's Luwawu. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And they're able to recover. Dinwiddie wide open. And it's off the back rim. No good. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Kennard for 3. Buries the long-range jumper.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Dinwiddie against Jackson. They get a hand on it, and there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That's his first foul. Dinwiddie outside. Back to Green. To the paint. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Jordan. And the rejection by Zubats. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Jackson's got the ball. The Clippers rebound. And Cousins kicks to Jackson. Back to Batum. That's tipped.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And Luwawu gets it to go.
And with that one, he halts an 11-0 run by Los Angeles.
No doubt, Greg, you were known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul, I go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, But if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right. Brown the pass to Dinwiddie. 1:49 left here in the second. Bobbed up there for Green. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Now the Clippers moving it up. Kennard for three. Ball's knocked loose, and it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way. Nets trail by 12. Dinwiddie kicks to Green. Gives three-pointers off the mark. Here's Los Angeles now. They've got a 13-2 run going. Kept alive. The Nets have gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. Here's Dinwiddie. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Dinwiddie's got his second bucket.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around it. And that's foul number 2. Maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Inside. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by George.
An efficient scorer inside. Morris can beat you with a variety of moves.
Outside, Green. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Here now, the Clippers. They're on a 15-4 run. George from deep three-point land, and it's off from three-point range. Brown wide open. He fires. No good. The Clippers go the other way with it. George from deep three-point land, and the three off target.
And it's just one of those days, guys. He has just struggled to shoot the basketball.
You know, big guys like Jordan who can facilitate are really valuable. Spots the open man and gets it right to him.
Leonard looking over the floor. This is his first free throw of the game. A free throw drops for Leonard. So for the Nets, both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
It's Harden with the drive, and the jam by Harden.
Tremendous speed on the drive. Harden is consistent in attacking the basket.
Outside, George. He got it up. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They never put themselves in two. That's all for now.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. And the Nets with possession here. It's a 10-point game. While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. Setting the floor for the Clippers. We've got Patrick Beverley. Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George, and it's Ibaka in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And throw it down, Kawhi. That was nasty. Love watching him go hard and attacking with power.
Harden outside. Pass to Irving. Just 5 to shoot. Over Beverly. It's stolen by Ibaka. And here's George for 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. George has got the lead up to 13 now for the Clippers.
And George is so smart, so crafty on the dribble. He's just got an excellent way of controlling the ball and his body as he's dribbling.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't gonna get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
Fires from deep. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Well, I tell you what, Beverly's really improved as a three-point shooter, as dependable as they come now, shooting from behind the arc.
That one drops for him. Harden's got 6 points.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
George, no good.
This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half.
Such a wide open look. Irving's got it back down to within single digits for Brooklyn.
That would be 4 in a row for them now, as they have come racing out of the gate to start this second half.
Beverly, the pass to Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
Irving attacking. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's Claxton. Harden outside. He kicks it to Irving. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 3 assists now in this one.
And the offense starting to click for them this half. They've raised that field goal percentage quite a bit since the break.
The pass to George. No good on the triple. Nets trail by 9. Here's Durant, and KD throws it down.
Hey, we know Harden can score, but he also has great vision.
Beverly dishes to Leonard. And there's a whistle that's going to go on James Harden. That's his first foul. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Jackson against Harden. Jackson passes to Zubac. Oh, that's blocked. And they get it back. And that one's good. Cousins. And it's Harden with the ball for the Nets. They trail by 9 points. Here's Claxton. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Claxton's got 4 points in the quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Now Jackson. The Clippers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. That's good from Jackson.
And Jackson certainly doesn't lack confidence. A speedy guard who can fill it up in no time.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Dinwiddie, the bounce pass. Green kicks to Dinwiddie. 1:02 left to play here in the 3rd. Passes to Luau. Poked away. Batum with the steal. One-on-one fast break. Kennard for 3. And the Clippers miss again. Nets trail by 9. Dinwiddie outside. He feeds it to Green. Nice D from Cousins. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jeff Green. So that will be his 2nd foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. The Clippers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws. So those are numbers you'll be happy with.
There's a reason why Jordan's a high percentage shooter. Shooting percentage a function of the kind of shots you get. He opts mainly for dunks.
And here's Jackson. Kennard for 3. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. Here's Luau, defended by Batum. Luau, the pass to Dinwiddie. To the left wing. Outside Jordan. There's Brown with the 3. Off target with that shot. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They've played the better game so far, but their work is far from over. Back to the action after this word. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. Clippers leading by 9. We've got Brown. Green is out there with Jordan. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point. So that's the Nets 5. To the inside. Basket good. Well, the passion in New York is a pro sports city, Greg. is unquestioned. Talk about the pros and cons, though, of being a player in New York.
You know, the opportunity personally and professionally is immense, no doubt about it, but so is the media scrutiny. It can be very intense, and the fanaticism does make it hard to live a normal existence. And I think the guys who embrace being in a city like New York are the ones that typically are able to perform at the highest level.
So you can either thrive because of it or wilt because of it. It's just kind of what your personal preference is.
You called it, partner, and I have seen it happen both ways.
Oh, I bet. Timeout called, the Nets.
That was a good time to call a timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
So both teams changing it up here. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. He is not pleased, and he told them they have to make a push right now. He said, look, we got to make a move or I've got to pull the plug. Pretty blunt stuff, Kevin. Back to you.
Beverly wide open. The three-pointer off the mark. Nets trail by 14. Here's Harden. Pass to Claxton. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
I don't think there's anybody who works harder for his points than Harden does. I mean, if he has to attack the glass to get him, he'll do that too.
Harden against Beverly. Pass to Kennard. Shot clock at 5. And Ibaka kicks to Kennard. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Clippers lead by 14.
Yeah, and the ability to generate points off offensive rebounds, something Ibaka did a lot earlier in his career before he started spending so much time on the perimeter.
Beverly the pass to Morris. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And here is Los Angeles now. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverly. A different look for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly. It's Harden with... Oh, what a dunk!
And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim for the epic throwdown.
George looking around. Cans it from downtown.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Yeah, you got that right. I mean, you got it real right. They are lighting it up from beyond the arc this half.
That one good for 2.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
George way outside. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Man, you've got to like the way George puts the right touch and arc on his shots from deep. He's an outstanding shooter from range.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
And Morris has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Clippers. It's George on the wing. Launches it. George missing again. Nets trail by 14. Here's Irving. It's hauled in by Paul George. For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. From deep. And it's George again missing. Nets have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Irving's shot is good.
Boy, that's exactly how you punish a team in transition. Kyrie getting out in front and going straight on the attack.
George way outside. That doesn't go either for George.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-ups.
But that looked to me, guys, like a heat check and was maybe a step out of his range.
KD's shot is off.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time. And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Clippers.
Starting five must have been happy to get so much help from the reserves in this game.
And they not only lightened the load, the subs did nothing less than guarantee a win.
And you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for George.
Yeah, and he was relentless, nonstop energy. I mean, he just never slowed down or turned off.
For the three, it's hauled in by Claxton. And it would take divine intervention for them now to get back in it.
Yeah, I'd have to say, guys, I don't think the man upstairs is really focused on a comeback.
That's his first personal foul.
And the first one drops.
And back in 08, Ibaka became the first player ever from the Republic of Congo to be drafted in the NBA.
Harden scanning the floor. There's the triple. No good. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. And we've got
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Beverly in at the 1. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the center. Now here's Powell. Lillard with no one around. They get it back.
Well, a big reason Nurkic impacts games is for that ability right there, staying active on the glass at both ends, converting the second chances.
Lillard against Beverly. Pass to Leonard. Shoots over Powell. Leonard with the bucket. Some of the best in the game go at it here tonight, Chris. What an incredible guard matchup we have here in this one.
Oh, Kevin, there are some all-time greats playing at the guard spots these days. Will be a fun matchup to watch.
Here's McCollum. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Yep, it counts.
You got to respect the intelligence of McCollum, a pro at utilizing the pick and roll. You can't let him get into a comfort zone.
Leonard against Powell. Now here's Leonard. Now the dish to Batum. And Covington sends it back. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. And Lillard throws it down.
And look at how quickly Lillard leaps out in transition. He wants to run down the throat of the D, burn him in the open floor.
George looking over the floor. On the wing, George. With the tip, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
He makes so many hustle plays, and here he's working the offensive glass for the tip-in.
Beverly against Lillard. Passes it to Nurkic. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Nurkic has got his second bucket of the game to go.
They've come out with guns blazing. 4 for 5 from the field. They've got the D really.
Outside for George. And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That's his first foul. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. George with the ball. Now guarded by Nurkic.
Known for his defensive chops, Covington's length and timing is what allows him to bother shoes.
And the dunk by Powell.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
And you look at Robert Covington, first team all-defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use. Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, that's because he's getting his number called early. I mean, he's doing his part to help carry the offensive load.
Now here's Powell. The feed to Nurkic. He can't get it to go. Ibaka with some nice D. And Covington, maybe not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside. And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Clippers trail by 6. Outside, George. Pass to Ibaka. Dishes to Batum. Covington with the steal. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
So Portland ends up going with the new group.
And look at Cantor rise up. Good anticipation for the big man to go for the alley.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And, you know, Anthony's getting more floor time last season. He worked his way into the Blazers' rotation. He's still young, though. It seems like he can carve a role out on this team.
Now here's Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
If you do not appreciate the athleticism of Jackson, he can punish the D.
Simons surveying the D, and Cantor throws it down.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Now here's Jackson. To the middle, here's Zubats, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, you can't leave somebody that wide open when Jackson's running the show. Reggie will find him every time.
Portland leading by 6. 32 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's his first trip to the line. The first one falls. And so he hits both. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. Now the pass to Kennard. Outside for Jackson. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Morris, left side, stolen by Cantor. And now Portland on the break. Jones is running.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
They've come out of the gate strong at both ends of the floor. Just in total control so far.
Jackson passes to Morris. Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. It's the Trailblazers up 10. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Greg.
I'm training summer.
The team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
They came in on a mission, razor-sharp offense in that first period.
Yeah, and now they got to find a way to keep it going, keep growing that lead.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for the Trailblazers, Enes Kanter is out there with Giles. Then there's Derek Jones. Then it's Anthony. And it's Simons in at the point guard position. Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like Ja Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch, I agree. Here's Simons following the score by Reggie Jackson. Out left to the wing. Here's Simons. 6 to shoot. To the inside. Giants. And that'll be 2 for... And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And there's the whistle, 3-second violation. Clippers trail by 8. Jackson with it. Pass to Kennard. Launches a 3. Nailed from three-point land. Kennard's got 5 points now this quarter.
Oh, a deadly, decisive shooter. Once Kennard gets a good look he likes, he ain't going to hesitate.
Here's Simons. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. The Trailblazers shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
And as a team, excellent. A season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. Anthony against Kennard. Nice move. Gets it to go. That one good from Giles. Giles has got 6.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint. And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
Now here's Jackson. Kennard. And Cantor pulls it down.
With the D playing soft off him, he might have been better off taking it to the hoop instead of settling for the jumper.
Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. Out to Anthony. All alone. Second chance shot, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Now this is Cantor's role. He's out here to grab as many rebounds as he can.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Robert Covington's checked in for Harry Giles. Norman Powell comes in for Jones. McCollum's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive. And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Now, here's Lillard. Takes a 3. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And Beverly kicks to George. 1:24 left now here in the second. Offline with his 3.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
This isn't like him, and he knows it. The best thing they can do is try to get him more easy looks.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, even a slight movement is going to catch a ref's eye. I mean, they're trained to focus on that.
Nurkic checked in for Portland. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul. Here's George. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. There's him. Oh, look at him fly!
Get out the way!
And putting his explosive athleticism on full display there. George is capable of some highlight reel dunks.
Lillard finds Covington. It's Powell on the wing. Back to Covington. Shot clock at 6. Oh, Covington in position. Shot and game clock separated by 5. George dishes to Ibaka. Back to George. And it goes down 2 points.
Nice play by George. This is what size on the wing gives you, the option to pick your spot anywhere on the floor.
Now Lillard. From deep three-point range. No good there. Beverly for three. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Portland did not hesitate to set the pace. Dame Lillard, a player who's a
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You look at Enes Kanter. What a contribution.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Yeah, working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball through and through.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. They've got Paul George. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Ibaka in at the 5 spot. Now, here's George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. George has got the opening bucket to start the second half for the Clippers. Here is Lillard. Floats it up there for Nurkic. Not going to go that time.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Oh, I'm always surprised when it doesn't happen. I'm sure these two will have a good laugh about it later.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Intelligent defense. He reads the play. Gets himself in the perfect position to come up with the steal.
Back to McCollum. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Back to Covington. And the dunk by Covington.
I mean, look, he's evolved as a passer over the course of his career. Getting to the right spot, McCollum will find it.
Passes it to Beverly. Now here's Batum, defended by Covington. Batum passes to George. Feeds to Beverly. Outside for Batum. And another three for the Clippers. Greg is a broadcaster. Who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day who was my favorite. You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
Here's Lillard. Paul George making his last shot. Good work defensively by Ibaka.
He's got to be disappointed with his performance, but it'll be easier to swallow if they keep the lead.
And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers, trailing by 2. Leonard kicks to Ibaka for the lead. The shot, no good.
They get away with it here, but that's not a shot you should ever be giving him.
That one goes. Count it. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
He creates so much offense. I mean, Lillard puts intense pressure on the defense to react.
Pass to Leonard. He feeds it to Batum, and he makes good on the layup. And that's now 7 points for Batum.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
There's 1:54 left in the third quarter. Powell for 3. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take. So Portland ends up going with the new group. For Portland, they've gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Anthony, no one around. Nice shot from the wing.
And the shooting form of Anthony, just perfect. He's dangerous with the catch and shoot and just terrific at scoring when in rhythm.
Now here's Jackson. The pass to Kennard. Beyond the arc. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 3 assists in the game. .110 left to play in the third. Simons the pass to Cantor. Jones looking for an opening. It's good. Jones has got his first basket.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Now here's Jackson. Pass to Kennard. Cousins trying to free himself up. That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Kennard. There's 38 seconds left here in the third quarter. Simons the pass to Anthony, and the call will be against Luke Kennard. That is his first foul of the game. We've got 33 seconds left in the third. Passes it to Giles. He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. The first free throw is good. He's perfect from the line this time. Clippers trail by 3. Now here's Jackson. 16 seconds left to play in the third. It's stolen. And now Portland on the break. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
This is the kind of ball movement they want to get from Cantor. Scan the floor, and when you spot the open man, get it to him.
Jackson kicks to Morris. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 5 assists in the game. And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading baskets. Trailblazers lead by 2. From Portland, we're back in a moment. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
This is how you quarterback an offense. He sees and anticipates what the defense is doing.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. They've got Ennis Cantor. Giles is out there with Derek Jones. Then it's Anthony, and it's Simons in at the 1 spot. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. And here are the Trailblazers now, following the miss by Marcus Morris. Here's Anthony. Lobs it up for Cantor.
Yeah, nice silky finish on the alley-oop from the stupendous feed.
That sequence couldn't have been executed any better. Here's Jackson. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Oh, man, what amazing speed and body control by Jackson. Once he penetrates inside, he's searching for the foul on his shot.
And so he makes both from the line. And Simons has got the ball here for Portland. Pass to Giles. Second shot opportunity to the paint. Anthony, the pass to Simons. 5 to shoot. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Here's Jones. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. The Clippers trail. It's Jackson with the drive, and Jackson throws it down hard.
Now, whenever Jackson is driving, the D is nervous. He is just brilliant at completing his drive to the rack.
Here's Simons. Shoots. It's hauled in by Zubats.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Now here's Jackson. And there's the pass to Morris. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
And he commits the intentional foul. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Lillard with it. Over Beverly. Shot is good in the Los Angeles leads. Cut to just 1 on the basket from Lillard.
Entering the NBA, I knew he needed to develop his mid-range game. But he didn't, and it's opened things up for him.
Beverly wide open. Sinks the three-pointer.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. The shot will not fall. And the Clippers will come the other way. The 3 from George. And it's rebounded by Covington.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off. You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. They've got to have better shot selection.
Now, here's George. 1:52 left in the fourth quarter of this one. The three-pointer is right on target. And it's a 7-point Clipper lead.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
Well, as long as they're hitting like this, how can you blame them? They're on a tear.
Here's Lillard. Yep, that one goes.
But Lillard, he's an exceptional player. He's a guy you trust to make the right decision in these moments.
Lillard against Beverly. Outside Leonard. We've got 1:23 left in the game.
Nice interior defense. Can't give him any space inside or he'll burn it.
Here's Covington, and the dunk by Covington.
Absolute baller. When the game is up for grabs, Covington wants to be the guy to take it.
George against McCollum. Now Leonard. And there it is for him.
And, guys, that's the man you want with the ball in his hands on that critical possession. Kawhi being his best in the biggest moments.
Now here's Lillard. Down low.
Can't forget about Covington in these moments. He relishes any chance to knock down big shots.
I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
Pass to Ibaka. Leonard looking around. 5 on the clock. George passes to Batum. Money!
And really, Batum just finds a way to knock down these clutch shots. His poise is simply incredible.
And then Lillard slams it in.
And clutch is Lillard's middle name. Time and time again. This guy comes through for his squad.
And the Clippers have possession after the Trailblazers pick up 2. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's foul number 2 for him. McCollum against George. From deep.
McCollum is solidly contesting shot. Does a nice job at getting hands up in time.
So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close. David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks. Very dangerous indeed. David, thanks. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Marcus Morris. And it's Ibaka in at the center. And for Milwaukee, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Lopez in at the 5 spot. Now here's Middleton. Here's DiVincenzo. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. In these teams, both among the league's better defenses, Brent, with advanced stats and tracking, do you think it's getting easier to measure and quantify what goes into great defenses?
I think there's technology, Kevin, that still needs to come along in order for some of the analytics guys to really truly assess positional defenders and where some of their arms and legs are. That will really help them define how these defenses are impacting some of the offenses and the way they play. A lot of points coming from Paul George from the three-point line over the past couple seasons. The D has to play out on him, and that creates the space.
Middleton outside. Giannis outside. DiVincenzo against Morris. Down to 5 on the shot clock. DiVincenzo passes to Lopez. Ibaka with some nice D.
The defense is tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
And here's Leonard from 3. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Yeah, I didn't think there was a pass available there for Paul George, but he spots that small crease, he fires the ball through it, and he gets it to his open man.
Now here is Holiday. The shot by Middleton, wide open. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And here we go with Morris, running it up the court. No good with the triple. And so just over a minute and a half played.
An era where we're seeing teams turn away from the slower 7-footers. Brook Lopez still playing a pivotal role for the Bucks.
There's been a lot of talk in recent years, Greg, as how the big man has been played off the floor in the playoffs. That's just not the case with Lopez because he's been able to step out and shoot threes along with being a really reliable rim protector.
Here's Holiday following the score by Serge Ibaka. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. Middleton for 3. Sinks the three-pointer.
Well, he's accurate from behind the arc, and there's a reason why Chris Middleton takes a good amount of three-pointers.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. A 3 from Leonard. And that's collected by Drew Holiday.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
And here's George for 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. George has got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Clippers. Bucks trail by 6. Holiday dishes to Antetokounmpo. And the dunk by Giannis.
A little quickness from Antetokounmpo there, blows right past the D.
And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Pass to George. Here's the three. He's off on that one. Now the Bucks take it the other way. Here's Holiday. Lays it up and banks it in.
Fundamental play there from Lopez, spotting the open man and then sending him the ball.
1:30 left here in the first quarter. Now here's George. He's got 6. And it's George again missing. DiVincenzo finds Holiday. There's the pass to Lopez. Clock at 6. Holiday, no one around him. Can't tie it up as that one misses. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. Pass to Ibaka. And there's the feed to Leonard. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Here's George. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in. That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
Fast break, here we go. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Stolen by George. Here's Beverly. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Now the Bucks moving it up, and here they go. Tie game in Milwaukee. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back. And earlier we checked in with Giannis Antetokounmpo, who had this to say.
I think the most important lesson that I got.
All part of the process of achieving greatness.
Yeah, and most guys have had to go through it. MJ, LeBron, leading a team to a championship rarely happens early on.
And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. We've got DeMarcus Cousins. Kennard is out there with Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Batum in at the 3. Los Angeles leading by 3 from past the arc. Morag grabs the board. Here is Forbes. Takes the 3. It's hauled in by Zubac.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Kennard's shot is off. Milwaukee's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Portis drives in. Teague for 3. Portis, offensive rebound. They shoot again. Outside Teague. Back to Portis. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague.
That was like a morning paper for Jeff Teague. Makes a great read and swings the ball around for a clean look at the bucket.
Pass to Kennard. Jackson against Teague. Now here's Batum. He's guarded closely. Jackson finds Cousins. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Kennard for 3. No good on that one. And Milwaukee the other way now.
Well, he's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
Portis can't get it to go. Clippers have gotten only 1 of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Batum wide open. He fires. And again, no good by the Clippers. The Bucks trail. Outside Portis. Here's Forbes. The putback. Milwaukee the rebound. This one for 3. That's tipped. They get it back. Inside. And Portis throws it down.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Now here's Jackson. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. The shot's good from Kennard. The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now, and in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's 3 guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble, from 3, and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those 3 guys can all hit pull-ups and step-backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the 3 guys I think that create the most havoc when you start talking about having to guard the three-point line.
Now, here's Kennard. He has 6. From the arc. The rebound by the Bucks.
Teammates right now covering up for the type of off performance he's having. In terms of scoring, this has not been his best night. Well, he's just really struggling right now. And with everything he's throwing up, nothing really helping out in terms of his confidence. I mean, these ones aren't even close.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Pass to Tucker. And 1:01 left in the first half of basketball. And the Bucks miss again.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-ups.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups. So maybe just a step too far.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. A big group substitution here for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Zubats. Leonard comes in for DeMarcus Cousins. Marcus Morris has checked in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
Frustration seems to be mounting here, and you can see not just in their faces, but right now in their quick and hurried shot selection.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Lopez passes to Antetokounmpo. They need this. Tries again, and he sinks the layup. Giannis has got 6.
Giannis right now getting hard work done on the inside to get some extra possession.
Beverly looking around. There's the 3. And again, Los Angeles with the triple. 9 seconds left in the first half. Outside Holiday. Got it off in time. And that one released in time, but no good. And the first... Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The largest lead they had was... That's all for now.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Clippers leading by 13.
And as much as Holiday brings to your offense, it's his defense that's repeatedly recognized.
Well, when you make all NBA defensive teams and you're smart and strong and quick like Drew Holiday is, I think not only does the reputation start to build, but your confidence in disrupting somebody else by playing that way is something you rely on.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. And Milwaukee looking at who they've got. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3 spot. And Giannis throws it down.
How about Drew Holiday? Unselfish, team-first player. Love that from the guard position.
And a minute played as the second half gets going. George with no one around. Off target from outside.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
Deflects the pass. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. And Giannis throws it down.
Yeah, you could throw that pass just about anywhere, even the top of the square for Giannis to go and get.
Now the pass to Morris. And Beverly kicks to George. Beverly the pass to George. Back to Beverly. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots the 3. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Team starts the second half missing 4 of 5 shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout and reiterate what he talked about at halftime?
The lead now cut to single digits. Holiday's got 5 now.
And not wasting any time here, kicking their offense right back into gear. That's 3 of 4 from the field.
Ibaka in the post. Lopez covering. Beverly the pass to Ibaka. To the paint. Here's Leonard. And the rejection by Giannis. And they're pushing it up. Lopez finds DiVincenzo. Shoots it. Lopez, no luck.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Here's Giannis. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Middleton inside the three-point line. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Middleton's got his second basket of the game. George dishes to Leonard. 1:46 left in the third quarter. A wide open look here for Ibaka. Off target from three-point range.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
For 3, Middleton. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
DiVincenzo against George. Trying to get open is Ibaka. And George gets it to go. 8 points for him.
And you can sense them just starting to squeeze and shrink this lead a little bit.
Outside Holiday. Passes to DiVincenzo. Lopez kicks to DiVincenzo. Holiday the pass to Giannis. And he banks in the layup. Giannis has got 12 points in the game.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Yeah, this is not the team that we saw in the first quarter right now. Way more confident out there, and the cohesion of the team is impressive.
Now here's Beverly. 34 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Morris finds George.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
Fires for 3. And it's George again missing. Pass to Middleton. Back to Giannis. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Well, Middleton right now staying aware of where his teammates are and hitting them when they're open.
George from deep three-point land. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Clippers ahead. They're up by 3. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this way?
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays. So valuable.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Ivica Zubac Batum is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson in at the 1. We have got to see that sensational mobile 1 block again.
The defensive awareness, the timing, when you have to face a defender that can reject you like that, it can alter your approach.
Pass to Kennard from outside the arc. Rebounded by Tucker.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
And Portis throws it down.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, bounce to the outs, Greg. Yeah, showing off the bunny. Cousins dishes to Batum. Back to Cousins. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
There's a lot of great things to say about DeMarcus Cousins' offensive game, but I know defenders fear the most when he's down low and picks an angle to attack you like that in the paint.
And a wide open look for Portis. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got 3 assists now in this one. And the pass to Kennard. Zubac's with it. And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That'll be his second foul of the game. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. And Cousins kicks to Jackson. Banked in off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 3.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Outside Teague. Pass to Connaughton to tie it up. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Connaughton's got the game tied up here for the Bucks.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Pass to Kennard from deep. He can't get that one. For Milwaukee, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Jackson lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
And with the defender draped all over him, Jackson has that strength to fight through the contact.
Teague left side. Outside Portis. And again, it's Milwaukee converting.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, whether it's teammates or the coaching staff, hopefully a combination of both, but when it gets close, he's getting the ball.
Batum passes to Jackson. Shot clock at 6. Got a hand on it. Outside Teague, and Tucker kicks to Teague. Bucks passing it around. Connaughton passes to Tucker, and they take the lead. Tucker's got the lead up to 2 now for the Bucks.
And you've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Well, there's an ebb and a flow. They had a hard time earlier, but now, flow.
Here's Jackson. Batum passes to Jackson. And he uses the glass on the layup. And that's now 6 points for Reggie Jackson.
That's an excellent play call to free him up from the defense.
Well, taking advantage of that opportunity, it does not get any more high percentage than that one.
Portis kicks to Connaughton. That one, no good. Nice D from Cousins. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Good!
Man, I'll tell you what, the pressure is cranked up. Who better to call than this guy?
And here's Holiday. Giannis outside. .34 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Holiday. And contact, and here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Sharon Lewis, who talked to the team, and he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I want you full speed, guys.
Okay, David, thanks.